Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of Worlds Collide. This is Mitch, I'm Justin, and we're going to talk about
Mysterio. Again.
So, for those who don't know, we were just talking for about 40 minutes.
Yes.
And we did not have sound on. It was just music playing. Sorry about that. So, for those of you that lasted with us for this long, thanks.
Thank you.
And for everyone else just joining us, welcome.
Yep. Yeah, if you're just joining us now, you didn't miss a thing.
Didn't miss a thing. You're good. You're right where you need to be, and just follow along here with the rest.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
okay. So, Mysterio, Quentin Beck. Quentin Beck is one of Spider-Man's oldest villains. His introduction was like Amazing Spider-Man number 14 back in 1964.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Mysterio, or Quentin Beck, what he is a special effects wizard / a stuntman / a failed actor. He tried acting, but he was pretty bad at it.
Magician, illusionist.
Yeah.
Villain.
Hypnotist. He's a master of trickery.
Mm-hmm. He's like Loki, but like
not
a demigod or magic.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's very much like Loki.
He's gonna fuck with you. He's gonna lie to you. He's gonna make you think things are happening and they ain't happening.
Yeah. So Mysterio's first appearance, his first encounter with Spider-Man, is he wanted to frame Spider-Man and then present himself as a hero. He disguised himself as Spider-Man, got himself dressed as Spider-Man, used technology, his master of special effects, to replicate Spider-Man's powers. He had springs on the bottom of his feet to replicate his leaping ability and super strength, because he would kick somebody and the springs would bounce them back.
Good old Kangoo boots.
Yeah. He has suction cups on his hands and feet, allowing him to step on walls. No. I think they're electromagnetic suction cups. Yeah. So it allows him to stick to walls.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. He makes his own webbing to simulate Spider-Man's webbing.
Who do you think is better?
No, Spider-Man's.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I think Mysterio's is more like rope. Sticky rope.
Sticky rope. That spray can shit.
Yeah.
that string.
Yeah. So Mysterio dressed himself as Spider-Man and replicating all his powers so he can frame Spider-Man. He will go and rob banks, and people would believe that Spider-Man has gone bad. He's gone stealing from all these banks. Especially J. Jonah Jameson. When J. Jonah Jameson first heard about Spider-Man robbing banks, he's like, I knew it!
He was bad all along. It's finally my proof.
Yeah.
He's got such a hard-on against fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, he does.
One day, I'll foil him. I'll make him look bad.
Yeah.
Fucking probably give yourself a stroke, bud. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Then Mysterio shows up when Spider-Man shows up to try and stop the fake Spider-Man, Mysterio shows up to fight the real Spider-Man, to be the hero.
So did he actually send one of his robots?
No, I think it was just like smoke and mirror, like this.
Smoke and mirror. Okay, so he's sending illusions that Spider-Man's there.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden Mysterio steps in.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. And so Mysterio, what his powers are all technology based, and he's got quite a few gadgets that makes him particularly dangerous.
Alright, let's list them off here.
Alright, so he's got
smoking gas.
Yeah, he's got these from his hands and his feet. He unleashes this smoke, this gas,
kind of toxin,
kind of like that. Alright, so usually when you see Mysterio, he has all this smoke and gas, and he uses that as means to hide what he's actually doing, because Mysterio, in the end, he's a magician, just like Penn and Teller kind of thing,
right over here as I'm doing stuff over here.
Exactly, misdirection, smoke and mirrors. He's literally using smoke and mirrors, and he uses that to disguise what he's doing. But the smoke is doing more than just hide what he's doing and also allow him to make escapes. The smoke, he from his hands and feet, he also exudes gases that have various effects. He'll have gases that causes paralysis, gases that will slow down your reflexes, gases that will mute Spider-Man's spider senses, gases that will assist in hypnosis, gases that'll kind of like roofies. It'll make you more accessible to persuasion. So
he's got a whole bunch
of different
depending
gases.
on the situation. Pops a button, pops a pill, and just
exactly
smoking gas.
Exactly. Now, on top of all that, he also has the ability to create holograms from his eyes that are on his.
They're like little Illuminati triangles with like an eye on the middle. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, from there he could create holograms. Now, with those holograms in combination with his gases that makes you, that hypnotizes you or makes you more accessible to persuasion, you really, really believe in these holograms that he's creating are real.
It's not just IMAX 3D. It's like, oh my god, it's real.
Exactly. So he'll make like dragons come out and attack you, or gargoyles or demons coming after you.
That's dangerous.
He'll make you believe somebody is dead when they're actually alive, or bring back somebody from the dead to life, things like that.
You just wouldn't know what's real, what's not. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
exactly.
Just such a confuddled fight. And all the time, he is good in hand-to-hand combat.
Yes, because he is a stuntman. So
he's got martial arts skills.
He's got training. He's got the equivalent training of like Jackie Chan kind of.
That's what I mean. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Or Jason Statham or something like, or somebody at that level.
Someone who knows how to move around.
Yeah. Or Keanu Reeves.
Take a few hits. Oh man, Keanu.
Yeah.
He's in like a level above.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
I've seen him run obstacle courses with like guns and shit. He's ready to rumble.
Yeah. Well, Quentin might be at that level too. Like, he is pretty well trained.
Okay, yeah, high level Hollywood actor, right?
Yes.
On that stuntman level, and he's obviously got some real experience behind some of the guns, some of the encounters. Like, he's fought Spider-Man. He's actually gone toe to toe with these guys. It's like, it's not just stunt Hollywood acting anymore. He stepped in the UFC ring, essentially.
Pretty much. One thing I forgot to mention the last time, he does have lethal weapons as well. Like, from his hands, he'll have like electric blast or stun blasts.
Kind of like a taser.
Yeah. He also has a taser field for anybody who tries to touch him. Exactly.
Hands up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the dome.
He has the dome, his fishbowl.
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man likes to call him, fishbowl head. In that dome, it protects him from all the gases that he uses on everybody else.
So he can be in the middle of a fight, just unleashing shit, and everyone around him's choking and gagging, and he's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Ha. Fuck you all.
One thing I forgot to mention the last time while we were muted, one of the gases he has actually had the ability to dissolve Spider-Man's webbing.
Oh man, that would fuck with him.
Yeah.
Alright, no, you're not having your toy back. Sorry.
At least we were muted while he was chewing on that thing last time.
It was just squeak, 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 squeak. Hi, Kirby. You'll get it back at the end of the show, okay? Go lay down.
So in his fishbowl, he also has a HUD that gives him information, kind of like Tony Stark's helmet does. Mm-hmm. Not as advanced as Tony Stark's, but it does its job. Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
He's the only one in that day and age with fucking Wi-Fi. Like, think of it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, you be quiet. A lot of these vintage heroes and villains, they had some wild tech way before their time.
Oh yeah.
If only Rogers or Google could have got their hands on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
But yeah, so in the first encounter, like first time Mysterio defeats Spider-Man, second time Spider-Man comes back and defeats Mysterio because in the end Mysterio is smoke and mirrors. Once Spider-Man figures out he's smoke and mirrors, and all he had to do is just blindfold himself and trust in his spider sense to defeat Mysterio.
Now, yeah, because that's one of the things that he does to fuck with Spider-Man is dampen out his spider senses with some of the gases and stuff, cause it to kind of malfunction.
That's right.
Gets him flinching and stuff. Like, he thinks stuff's there, nothing's really there.
Exactly.
Like, that would kill his spirit. That'd kind of lower his confidence. And
yeah. But when Spider-Man focuses on his spider sense, like, that's why he blinds himself. He just
zones everything out.
Exactly. Then his spider sense are very much more reliable.
Yeah, because he's getting the two signals. Essentially, he's sending out like stuff to interrupt. So he's seeing one thing, and spider sense is reacting to something else, but he might not be seeing the real thing, right? So what's over here, and spider sense is trying to be like, Peter, look out! But he's like, oh, but it's coming this way, right? And you might believe his eyes, and all of a sudden gets back in the head.
Exactly. And Spider-Man has fought Mysterio multiple times. Mysterio has been a regular member of the Sinister Six, multiple incarnations of the Sinister Six. So he's been a major villain of Spider-Man for a long time. But through my research, I didn't read a lot of Daredevil when I was younger, but I found out that Mysterio had become a major villain of Daredevil as well.
All due to Kingpin, was it not?
Well, that was one story. They have fought more than one occasion. But one story in particular really stands out, which led to the death of Mysterio. Was by suicide. Yeah.
Killed himself.
Yeah. So what led to that was a story where Kingpin hires Mysterio, tells Mysterio all the information Kingpin has on Daredevil, to have Mysterio go after Daredevil and drives Daredevil insane. So he attacks Karen Page. He attacks Foggy. He makes Karen Page think that she contracted HIV from when she was a porn star. Yes, Karen Page was a porn star in the comics.
That's why they got that actress. She got lots of practice from True Blood.
Yes.
Makes so much sense.
And also, so from what I read, either he actually killed Foggy or he made Daredevil think that Foggy got killed. It wasn't very clear from what I was reading. I've never actually read the actual comics, so I don't quite know exactly what happened. Something terrible happened to Foggy.
Something traumatic.
Yeah. And some of the things he did to Daredevil, the gases he used against Daredevil, heightened Daredevil's anger, making Daredevil more violent, and pretty much turning Daredevil into a villain kind of thing. All of this was just to drive Daredevil insane, but Daredevil's will was much stronger than what Mysterio was expecting, and he was able to fight through those toxins and defeat Mysterio.
Good.
When he defeats Mysterio, he starts taunting Mysterio, telling him that he doesn't have an original bone in his body, that everything that Mysterio had just tried on Daredevil has already experienced before from Kingpin. Kingpin's already done all of that to Daredevil, try to drive him insane, make him believe things that weren't real, and so everything that Mysterio did in this arc, none of that was original. Daredevil had already gone up against that, so that's why it was so easy for him to defeat Mysterio in this story. That was a blow to Mysterio's ego, one that wasn't very strong to begin with, because he's been beaten so many times by Spider-Man. His lowest point was when he was defeated by the Power Pack, which is a superhero team of preteen superheroes.
Bunch of 12-year-olds.
Yeah, bunch of 12-year-olds, superpowered 12-year-olds defeated Mysterio.
Like, okay, you're a washed-out stuntman, so not only are you, just taking the hits for some other guy getting paid big for it, right?
Yeah.
You're getting beat up by teens and a guy in a spider suit who you tried to, throw shade at, impersonate, tried to capture. Like, dude, you just fucked up everything. You are a fuck up.
Yeah.
And all you have to show for it is your illusions. Smoke and mirrors. It's like, alright, fuck this. Yeah. So how'd he kill himself?
So, taking on those beats that Daredevil said, he decided to copy one more event, which was Kraven. Because Kraven, by this time, had already shot himself in the head in Kraven's Last Hunt. So Mysterio, once again proving he doesn't have an original bone in his body, does the same thing. Takes a shotgun, shoots himself in the head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So after Quentin Beck kills himself, there's been 2 other Mysterios that's taken on the mantle.
Who are they?
One of them was...
They're not as notable, are they?
No, they're not as important. They are like one-offs kind of thing.
We need a Mysterio stand-in. Who? Quick.
Yeah.
That guy killed himself, remember?
So the first one was Daniel Burkhart.
Okay.
Daniel Burkhart.
Did he appear right after the suicide, or
Not right away afterwards. I didn't... Like, the only Mysterio I've ever read was
Spider-Man.
Well, the only Mysterio I've ever read was Quentin Beck. I've never read anything from Daniel Burkhart or Francis Klum. So both of those have been in like I think all of this happened in like the late 90s to the 2000s. Like Francis Klum, the third Mysterio, his first appearance was in 2002.
Oh, so really? Okay, so fairly recent.
Fairly recently. So so Daniel Burkhart was also a special effects guy. He worked with Quentin Beck. So when Quentin Beck, I think this was he might have become Mysterio while Quentin was in jail at one point, rather than after he was dead. But Francis Klum definitely after Mysterio died.
Okay.
But yeah, Daniel Burkhart has been Mysterio before, and because he was friends with Quentin Beck.
So basically the same guy, but different.
Pretty much.
Okay, that was an easy stand-in.
Yeah.
Oh, you do what I do, and you work in the same job, and we know each other? Oh,
exactly.
okay.
That's why I said, like, nothing important.
Yeah, it's basically the same dude.
Yeah, it's nothing important. Now, Francis Klum, at least he's a little bit different. Francis Klum is actually a mutant that has the ability to teleport.
Whoa, that makes for a dangerous Mysterio.
Yeah. Yeah, so Francis Klum, his first appearance, I was reading up on him. It was during like a Black Cat Spider-Man series that was going on in the early 2000s. Francis Klum was sexually abused by his older brother, and which kind of messed him up. And in the series that was going on, apparently he had drugged Black Cat and was going to rape her. But to stop his brother from doing anything, he teleported into his brother, making him explode. So Black Cat was talking to Francis Klum, trying to convince him to turn himself in. But when Spider-Man saw Klum with Black Cat, he thought he was trying to throw Black Cat off the ledge. So Spider-Man attacked Klum, brutalizing him. He ended up jumping off the building, making himself teleport in mid-fall, but still suffered major injuries. Apparently, he lost his right leg below the kneecap.
Jesus.
Yeah. So this was before he became Mysterio.
Oh my God.
He became Mysterio after all this.
Yeah, he's probably like, well, now I hate Spider-Man.
Well, exactly. So he went to go see, I forgot who it was. This one guy who's been known to run auctions of old villains and selling off their gear to people who wants to be the next so and so. So Francis Klum went to go see this guy to buy Mysterio's old gear to be the next Mysterio.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Give me his shit. It's like a used car auction.
Pretty much. So he became Mysterio, and actually, I think this series here is the only series where he's actually Mysterio.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. So in this story here that you guys see here, it actually has all three Mysterios. It has Quentin Beck, it has Daniel Burkhart, and Francis Klum. Now, you're going to ask yourself, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so this takes place...
What about this one?
Yeah, so it's all the same story. It's a three-part story.
So here, we'll show them this one.
Yeah.
Show this one.
So it's a three-part story, and the reason why I left this one out is because I want to show you something.
Ooh, special.
Yeah, so you know how I said Quentin killed himself, shot himself in the head, right? So this takes place after that happened. So Quentin Beck comes back from hell.
No way!
Yeah.
He looks kind of like Lex Luthor.
A little bit. Well, I mean, shot himself in the head.
Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gone.
Yeah.
His bubble's broken.
Yeah.
He didn't take his bubble off before he shot himself?
No.
That could have ricocheted horribly.
Yeah, yeah. So, he came back from hell because that's where people who commit suicide goes. As he was saying, God doesn't take kindly to people who commit suicide. He likes to have the pleasure of killing people himself. He doesn't like when people take his pleasure away. Is the way he says it.
God, you bastard.
Yeah. So anyways, he got brought back from the dead to for some purpose. They don't really explain in the story what that purpose is, and I think you don't really.
In that comic.
Well, this is the full 3-part.
Ah, that's the end of the line.
Yeah. So in this series, Daniel Burkhart gets defeated, and Frances Klum gets stabbed by this chick who has like these spears that are coming out of her wrists.
Oh.
Very similar to another character. Even Spider-Man at one point had these like spears that came out of his wrists, and she has those as well. And these spears, these kind of like daggers that come out of her wrists, are poisoned.
Okay.
And apparently this poison will kill anybody but Spider-Man. So she ended up stabbing Frances Klum with this spear.
Where did this spear come from? Like, where's with the spear?
It's they're kind of look like bones. So
okay.
If this is 13, yeah. So here, I'll show you.
How did Spider-Man get these things at one point?
Long story. It's a very long story.
Like, I don't get it. What's going on?
So yeah.
So it's like Wolverine's claws, but she's got one right here, and it's like Assassin's Creed style.
Exactly. Now, it's because she's actually a spider as well.
Oh.
She has a lot to do with another series that I do have at home called Spider Island. Where all of Manhattan starts turning into spider people. You know, all of Manhattan started getting Spider-Man powers.
Spider-Man powers or mutating into spiders?
Both.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
8-legged freaks.
Yeah, pretty much. So, anyway, she stabs him, as you see in this comic, and this is the last time you see him. So, she says that the venom that she has in those...
She, like, puts palm to chest, and that thing's like 1.5 feet long. He's dead.
Yeah. But you never see him die. And the rule of comics is, if you don't see him die, they're not really dead.
And that's true. That is fucking true. And he's an illusionist. She might not have really stabbed him.
But none of that matters.
None of that matters.
No, because if you'll notice, the series is called Spider-Man Unmasked. And you'll notice Spider-Man is wearing his Iron Spider suit. This takes place in the events during Civil War, after Spider-Man revealed his identity to the world. Mm-hmm. Which means all of this happened before One More Day. And One More Day...
Timeline got reset.
That's right. When Spider-Man made the deal with Mephisto, rebooting everything, making it so that he never married Mary Jane, and changed the continuity of Spider-Man
to what
completely.
It currently is.
Exactly. So, I believe currently Quentin Beck is alive.
Back from hell? Went to hell.
Never went to hell. Exactly. Never shot himself, kind of thing. That's why I said they're not important, because they might not even exist anymore. Exactly.
But at one point they did, so it was good that we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not discussed a bit.
Yeah, so like this comic came out in 2006. And nobody has seen or heard from Frances Klum or Daniel Burkhart since.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, that's why before this...
They're irrelevant.
I wasn't even going to remember their name because they really don't matter.
Now we know why.
Yeah.
But that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we said Mysterio is part of the Sinister Six. Who the hell are they?
Sinister Six is a group of villains that Dr. Octopus assembles to defeat Spider-Man, because each one of these villains single-handedly have been defeated by Spider-Man. But combined, their plan is to destroy Spider-Man. The original Sinister Six comprised of Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio, I'm pretty sure Electro.
Then
And Rhino. Yeah, I think
Rhino.
I think Rhino was number 6. No, Craven. Craven was number 6. Yes. Actually, it might have been Rhino and Craven, not Electro. I don't quite remember. It might have been Electro and Craven, and not Rhino.
Okay. So between them, that's at least 6 or 7 big baddies.
Yep.
And they team up.
Their lineup has changed over the years. There's been multiple incarnations of Sinister Six.
It's always been Doc.
Yes. Dr. Octopus has always been a member. I think
Mysterio has always been
I'm pretty sure Mysterio has always been a member.
One more, too. I don't think Vulture always was.
I think he might have been. I think he might have been in all of them. Okay. Sandman has not, because Sandman has been a good guy at some points.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah, a failed attempt at being a hero. But he has tried to be a hero. Actually, during one Sinister Six series that I actually have at home, Sandman pretends to be part of the Sinister Six, but he's actually one of the good guys.
That probably didn't go over for him.
No. Reason why, especially that comic, is because in that comic, Dr. Octopus fucking spanks the Hulk.
What?
Yeah.
How?
So Hulk has come up behind Dr. Octopus, and and behind all that, Electro was being all Electro and creating lots of light right now, right? So Hulk is trying to be sneaky, coming up behind Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus sees his shadow, uses one of his arms to grab him by the chin, use another one of his arms to grab him to wrap around his legs, and a third arm to wrap around his arms, and then lift him off the ground. So now Hulk is off the ground. He has no point of leverage. So all that strength means nothing because he's suspended in midair. So now Dr. Octopus has a fourth arm, free to do whatever he wants, and just smack, threw him out the building.
Oh, that's so good.
Banked the Hulk.
But then the Hulk, once he landed on the ground, jumps up to the building and one punches Doc Ock.
Well, Hulk ended up landing in the drink, and then he decided to stay there for a little bit because there was a plan, and the Sinister Six got away, and Hulk got his due afterwards.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but the record has been set. Doc Ock has beaten the Hulk.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's good, okay.
Yeah. So we kind of jumped off the topic of Mysterio, but yeah, Mysterio's been part of that group.
Okay. What is like a big notable thing that they've done? Have they ever beaten Spider-Man or killed Spider-Man or anyone else?
Okay, let's talk about Mysterio's big moment.
Yes.
Mysterio's big moment.
Tell me.
So there was a story. I'm not going to tell you the name of the story quite yet because it's going to give away it's going to give it away. But there was this story where all the supervillains decided to band together and kill all the superheroes. It started off with Magneto dropping New York. Magneto just showed up in the middle of New York and I think dropped a helicarrier or just uses magnetism to just make buildings collapse. Like, he just dropped New York.
Dominoes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all across the world, Britain, Wakanda, villains start attacking all the superheroes. In the X-Mansion, all these supervillains starts attacking the X-Mansion. So, you see, like, Green Goblin, Juggernaut, and I forgot who else was there. I think Sabretooth was there. A big group of villains attacking the X-Mansion because the X-Men are a problem. They're a force. Mm-hmm. So they go attack en masse in the X-Mansion. Well, Wolverine is there and he starts fighting them off. Starts killing them one by one. All these villains that are attacking the X-Mansion, Wolverine is killing them all.
So good.
Turns out it was all Mysterio. There was no villains attacking the X-Mansion. Mysterio, using his illusions and his gases to fool Wolverine's senses, his sense of smell and hearing, completely fooled Wolverine. Wolverine was actually killing the X-Men.
No!
The very last one he kills was Jubilee.
No!
Wolverine kills the X-Men. This was the lead up to the series called Old Man Logan.
Oh man! Oh my god!
That is Mysterio's big moment.
No shit! It fucking single-handedly gets Wolverine.
Yeah.
Kills the whole team.
Yeah. So anytime
that's so good.
Anytime somebody thinks Mysterio is a lame villain, think about that.
How about that time he killed all the X-Men?
Yep.
I just want to be like, I just want to see the look on Logan's face.
No, he was devastated.
Yeah, when he's like...
Yeah, well, the last one dead was Jubilee.
That's what I mean, as he retracts the claw, and it's like, everything just kind of fades away. He's like, what?
He realizes what he's done. And, yeah. So, like, in the movie Logan, it was Xavier that killed all the X-Men. Well, in the comic, Old Man Logan, it was Wolverine that killed all the X-Men.
Oh, so they changed that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot they changed from Old Man Logan to Logan. It's not even the same story, really.
I would have preferred Old Man Logan.
No, you wouldn't have. It's pretty weird.
Is it?
It's pretty weird.
Okay, so I know this is far from Mysterio, so what does he do to Mysterio upon learning he just pulled a fast one?
They don't really cover that. It was kind of like a flashback
Mysterio
moment.
gets away?
Pretty much. I bet you either that or Wolverine kills him. I don't know. They don't cover it. This was like a flashback.
Yeah. Just thinking, like, for Wolverine to let him get away after making him do that, it's like, nah, dude, I'm gonna hunt you to the end of the world. Like,
yeah. Well, Mysterio does have the ability to hide from Wolverine, and he uses gases to fool Wolverine's senses into killing all the X-Men. Yeah. He definitely can use his gases to prevent Wolverine from tracking him.
This is true. Now, so with his bubble, you said it's two-way mirror, essentially.
Yeah.
So does anyone know who he is?
Yeah. He's been unmasked every time he's been beaten by Spider-Man and got put to jail. Okay. Here's the silly part: is that oftentimes when Mysterio gets put to jail, sometimes it's not really him that's being put to jail; it's a robot stand-in for himself. And somebody actually in Spectacular Spider-Man the cartoon, the Tinker tells Quentin Beck, "You're an idiot. Why would you can make your robot look like anybody else, but you said to make your robot look like you. Why?" I don't want anybody else to take credit for my work. Is Mysterio's response. But it's true. Like, he could have made his androids look like anybody else and not reveal his identity, but no. He needed to show everybody that he was Quentin Beck.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to the whole, I was a stunt man. I never got credit.
Exactly.
I never got credit. Right?
Exactly.
I want the fucking credit.
Exactly. So, I will reference this cartoon often in these. Anytime I'm reviewing anything Spider-Man related, I'll probably reference Spectacular Spider-Man, and that is because you have my highest recommendation. If you've never checked out Spectacular Spider-Man, it's only 2 seasons long. It's quite possibly some of the best Spider-Man stories outside of the comic books. Like, I'm talking, like, including the movies and everything. Spectacular Spider-Man is near perfect. It's near perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that being said, they do Mysterio very well. I also rewatched the episode of Menace of Mysterio from the 90s cartoon, that 90s animated series. That one holds up. That one's a pretty good one, too. Yeah. But the Spectacular Spider-Man one is excellent. Like, when Spider-Man is fighting Mysterio, and he's fighting against all these different Mysterio bots, they're on a movie set. And as they're fighting, first they stumble into, like, this Western tavern, and like this Western piano music starts going, and there's kind of like a barroom brawl, and like they're like throwing like beer bottles at each other, kind of thing, and then the fight spills over to like a sci-fi set, and you hear like a sci-fi sound playing in the background, and Spider-Man is fighting like this headless Mysterio robot, fighting other Mysterios with a Mysterio arm, and it's hilarious.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound good.
Another big moment of Mysterio, not continuity-wise in the comics, but in the video game Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, Mysterio is actually the big bad of the game.
Is he? He's the end guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's system's that for?
So that was PlayStation 2, I think.
Oh, so that's an old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe the PlayStation 3. I don't quite remember. But in that, Mysterio finds a tablet of time and shatters it. And when he shatters the tablet of time, it pretty much brings in all these different dimensions, like the Spider-Man Rod, and kind of like the Spider-Verse kind of thing,
Like
right?
that, okay.
But the tablet also gave him real magic. He made all his illusions real, so he becomes a real magician. So
really happened.
yeah, so he was a big bad at that game.
Okay.
Another interesting thing about Mysterio is in the Ultimate Universe.
What happens there?
So in the Ultimate Universe, I think there's no actual Mysterio.
No.
Because apparently, I don't know how this happened, but the Mysterio in the Ultimate Universe is actually a robot being controlled by the real universe's Mysterio. Yeah, I don't know how that works, how that happened, but apparently the Mysterio that's in the Ultimate Universe is actually just a robot that was created by Mysterio from the real universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Explain that one to me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So all of this was in anticipation to Spider-Man Far From Home. Super excited. I got my tickets for it.
July 2nd?
Yeah. Well, my tickets will be for July 6th,
But
Saturday.
that's the big release day.
That's right. I like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor, so I'm looking forward to this.
He's a versatile actor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he'll do well fitting the role of Mysterio because he can... He's got the physique to do the combat.
And he's an actor.
Take a hit. Yeah, he's got the actor. He's got that down. He can play the dork. He can play the kicked guy. He can play the angry guy. Like he's a good actor.
Yeah, he could also play the low self-esteem, down on himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pity me.
Yeah.
The pity me guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to that.
I keep having to turn off the damn trailer.
Oh, I've watched the first trailer and that's it. I refuse to watch any other trailer.
Yeah, because I don't want to see more. As
Nope.
soon as they start saying, "Oh, he's from another," and I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah. No, somebody else had spoiled that for me already. So, I wish I had not known that.
As soon as I heard that, I literally just turned it off.
Yeah. So the less I know, the better. Because I'm going to see the movie. You don't need to spoil the movie for me. I'm going to see it.
Well, what this movie does, it sets off the next phase.
Yes.
So it intros us to the next phase 4. Is it phase 4?
I think so.
Phase 4 of the MCU.
Yeah.
Past the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see what happens next. Because we just had fucking 5 years of fast track.
Well, now we're going to get a proper Fantastic Four. We're going to get a proper X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get proper...
Which one's the X-Men?
What do you mean?
So I know they got the new X-Men. Or the New Mutants coming out in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if the New Mutants ever comes out. That
They
movie
keep delaying that
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. It's kind of like Gambit. Like Gambit, the movie, is still on IMDb set for like next year. But it's always next year of the year you're looking it up. So.
Eventually.
Yeah. So now that Disney officially has the rights to the X-Men and mutants and whatnot, Gambit, I'm pretty safe to say that's not happening. At least not in its present tense. And
But he's a weird character.
I don't know if you can make a single standalone movie on Gambit. He's a good character as a team, but as a solo, like I have some solo issues of Gambit, and they are bad. No, I mean, like his origin is that he is bad, and he's done some bad things in the past. But
that's why he's a pool shark hustler kind of street punk dude.
Exactly. But he's had some good movies, some solo runs where he is a good guy, and they were good. I just don't know if it could carry a movie.
I don't think. Like, what they'd have to do would be intro him post X-Men release. Yeah. Like, they would have to do an X-Men.
Yeah.
And just maybe not show him. Or maybe show him in passing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now we'll do a Gambit and involve him into that other movie.
Yeah.
And then show his storyline kind of as a standalone where we can still bounce off other characters. We can still have him team up. We can still have him do shit.
Like, the only story you can make a Gambit as a standalone Gambit movie is his origin. which is the whole entire story of him with the Assassin's Guild and the Thieves Guild. Being a member of the Thieves Guild, falling in love with a member of the Assassin's Guild, marrying her, uniting the two guilds together, then people finding out he's a mutant, and blah blah blah, kind of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. That's Gambit's origin, and
they can do an origin movie on it, fine, but then what?
Exactly. Well, he's got a lot to do with Mr. Sinister as well. Mr. Sinister is a fantastic villain.
Yeah.
So maybe, but I
think there's more important shit to do first.
There is much more important things to do than a Gambit solo movie. Gambit.
Like in 5 years, when they're just 10 years, and they're just like, well, what do we do now? Oh, Gambit!
Well, Gambit should be in the X-Men movies, not in a solo film.
That's what I mean. Like, just, if you want to see the character, incorporate him into the team.
Yeah.
Or throw him as part of the fucking Horsemen.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
No need for Gambit. This is a Mysterio hour.
Yes. That's pretty much as I've got to throw at everybody from Mysterio, short of, like, going through issue by issue. I'm not going to do that. The purpose of this was just to let everybody know what Mysterio is about.
Give you a taste of things to expect on the big screen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because, like you said, there's a lot I didn't personally know.
Yeah.
The suicide.
Yeah.
The fact that they rewrote that timeline.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that he's a big Daredevil baddie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
So, yeah. Mysterio, he's... Like I said, one of my favorite things is that he's human.
Yes.
He relies on tech, and he relies on kind of just out-fooling him.
Yeah.
You know, trick him, lie, deceive.
Yeah.
It's like the Eddie Guerrero of villains.
Yeah.
Lie, cheat, steal. Yeah. I don't know. He's a good villain. I like him. He's always been, the bubblehead. You know, he looks funny, stands out. You want to be like, dude, you gonna suffocate with crack your dome?
And honestly, there has never been a better villain to be portrayed in the movies. His special power is special effects.
It's so good. Like, Hollywood, eat your fucking heart out. All you gotta do is do what you're good at.
Yeah, do whatever.
Do whatever, yeah.
Do whatever, because whatever you can do is what Mysterio can do.
Exactly. So if you fuck it up, well, then get better.
Yeah. CGI, whatever, practical effects, Mysterio could do it all. So
he is the green screen.
Yeah. 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 So let your imagination fly. That's why I think Mysterio is good. Like, this movie is going to be good.
I think
Mysterio's
this
going to be
movie's
a
gonna bring
great
it.
villain.
They're going to bring it.
Yeah.
So they'll intro Phase 4 well. That's all I got to say on Mysterio.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. Next week, have we decided Phoenix or Aquaman?
I think I'm going to do Phoenix.
Okay, so there you heard it. Next week is going to be Phoenix, guys. We'll still be at this location for next week, and then the following will be in the new place.
Sweet.
So hopefully everything's good to go then. And
hopefully next week, no technical issues.
We'll see how that goes. We hopefully won't talk for 40 minutes and have to repeat ourselves next week. So,
thanks for sticking around, for people who stuck around.
Yeah, and for everyone else, we'll see you at 8 p.m. next Saturday.
Sharp.
Yes. See you guys. Have a good night.